over and print off what's in the bundle so I can read that.
Print it?
Yeah, do you know how to do that? Just go to product. Well, no, never mind. Never mind. It's okay. Hello, hello. If you would go upstairs and bring my other phone, I can read it from there, but I don't have it down here.
You know where it's at.
I'll hit the button. Hi, friends. Hi, PJ. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly, one right after each other. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Lee. Hello. Y'all are popping on so fast. I cannot keep up. Hi, Jill. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Mindy. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining. Hi, Peggy. If I've not called your name, say hello. You know what? She's okay. She's okay, Tammy. She's okay. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Lynn. Are y'all excited about our press-on class tonight? Hi, Susie. Hi, Janet. You are excited? Good. I hope y'all saw the bundle that went up earlier today because she's almost gone. Girl, she almost gone. You got it, Marcy? Yay, I'm going to talk about that in just a second here. Talk about that in just a minute. All right. Let's get... You got it, Bran? Yay. Jess says she grabbed that bundle so fast. Thank you, Boo. Now, look, if you bought the bundle, your class will not be in your portal until I get to work tomorrow because we bundled it all together. I have to manually trick the system to send you that. It's just the way it is. So we typically have staff meeting early. And then once I get finished with staff meeting, I'll get your classes sent over to you. So y'all just hang tight on that for me, okay? I promise it will be there sometime tomorrow. Which glass? Not sure what you're asking for, Kim. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Can everybody see and hear okay? Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Trina. All right. I wrapped my hand up about 6:30 tonight, and I left one of them undone so I can show you how I prepare my press-on nails and wrap them up. But before we get into that, maybe we should do that, and then I'll go over what's in the bundle. How about that? Does that work for y'all? All right. So in the bundle is a ceramic e-file bit, and it's what I use to break the gel down off the surface of the nail. Some of them are cone shaped, some of them are flat. It doesn't really matter. It's the grit that you want. You do not use this on a natural nail surface. Everybody with me on that? Put your hand on the Bible and say, yes, Miss Tracy, we won't do it. Okay? So because I have finished this press-on nail with gel, I've got to break through that gel in order for the nail to soak off properly. I know there's lots of information about that out there. Oh, use your dental floss to remove your nails or just peel them off or this. No, y'all, what you're going to do is set yourself up for failure. Once you start peeling off a nail or dental flossing off a nail, you start taking part of that nail plate off with it. So now you've not only set yourself up for failure, but you've set up your next manicure to prematurely lift off the surface of that nail. And it's just going to continue that vicious cycle of not want to stick, not want to stick, not want to stick. Everybody with me? You see why I'm telling you not to peel that off or bite it off, right? We would tell our clients not to do it, so we're not going to do it ourselves. This is a class for us. This is not a class for our clients. So I'm going to turn my e-file on, and I'm going to turn it all the way up on 35. Okay, and I'm going to lightly zoom across that press on. Look here. Until I've broken through that cat eye. Now I have exposed the raw press-on nail. Sorry, I can't turn my dust collector on and talk to you at the same time, so. I make sure there is not a scrap of gel left anywhere on this nail, honey, because it just won't break down if you do that. And I'm probably, truth be told, I'm probably going to file through about 50. See right there? See that little bit of clear? That's almost my nail underneath. That's the glue, actually. So I'm going to file through 50% of that product. Maybe. At least 30 to 40%. If you don't use an e-file, you're going to have to use a hand file for that, okay? That's all you do. Not yet. I'm going to wrap this up first. Let me get this glove off first. Oh, girl. Because I got to put a different glove. I got to prepare a different glove so she can be gloved. The reason I wear a glove once I wrap mine is the glove acts like a insulation. It holds your body heat and your hands start to get sweaty. And that product comes off of there much quicker. All right. First thing I do, I grab my cuticle oil. Do not skip this process. And I'm going to put a drop of oil all around the skin of my nail. Then I'm going to get my nail wrapper. Cuticle oil will help the acetone not dry out. That I have very thin skin around my nails. I always have. It'll help not to dry that out. I take my little vinegar bottle and I just put the acetone on like that. Wrap up like a little burrito. Get it real tight. This is 100% pure acetone. And then I fold mine so it folds over this way. Really press that in. And now I'm going to cut the fingers out of these other nails that I'm going to work on. Just real quick here. Let me get these off. Again, this has been on about 30 minutes. So I just start to wiggle it. And if there's anything remaining, then I will worry about that. Oh, look at there. Look how good she came off. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. When I tell you we have a giant bundle, we have a giant bundle. It's almost $1,000 worth of product in the bundle for $300 and something. I get my wraps from Premier Nail Source. Now, I don't have a greenie. I had green nails on, okay? Premier Nail Source. They ship within a couple of hours of you ordering them. And I get the 500 box. Let's get these fingertips out, and then we'll tell you what's in the bundle. Because we're about to sell out. Is she about gone? So thank you to everybody who has purchased that today. Now, if I weren't alternating this soak off, I would just put this glove on. But because I want pinky nail to stay up inside of there, girl, and see, the glove not only holds in your body heat, it holds that little pad close to your finger. Okay, we're going to put Keith's going to put the bundle up. Keith, will you pop that up for me? The bundle it's a lot, y'all. I can't even fit it on my desk. So I'm just going to read through it, what it is here, and I'll try to show you some of everything that's in it. Hold on, let me pull it up here. All right. These are the nails I have been wearing. Typically, I wear the short squovels. This is the one I've got on. But today I'm going to put on the short round because I want this dark purple. You're going to get 6 cases of colored nails, all different shapes. Now, let me tell you, there are 24 cells of nails in each case, and there are 24 nails in each cell. It's over 3,000 colored nails you're going to get. Over 3,000 colored nails. There will be 6 of these cases. All right. We're going to send you 2 cases of clear. I don't have those in front of me, but you'll get 2 cases of clear, over 2,400 pieces. You're going to get a bottle of No Buff because you're going to need that. You're also going to get a clear rubber base, HEMA-free. And you're going to get the refill in clear rubber base, HEMA-free. Oh, child. There are about 5 refills in this bottle alone. Okay. That ceramic bit that I used to rough that up with, we're going to throw you one of those in there. You get a matte and a Ladybug Luster, but you get both of these in HEMA-free. I don't have the HEMA-free one on my station here, but yours will be in a white bottle. You get that. You get the full online press-on nail boot camp. It's $500 and some for that course. We're going to give you that complimentary with this bundle tonight. We are. And then you're going to get, oh, I left my cat eye gel out on the table. Let's see, did I? Hold on. Keith, would you go bring me one of those cat eye gels, babe? We're going to throw in, there's only one that's the cat eye. Oh, out there? Yeah. We're going to throw in a 6-piece cat eye gel palette, brand spanking new, in lavender with this. I left mine sitting out on the table. Hold on. He's bringing it. He's bringing all of that. This bundle is designed to start your business for you. Get you off on a good start. Is it a different than the original press-on course? I'm not following you, Courtney. This is a 12-module course. It's a 12-module course. The first press-on course was just a little, it was like a little, it was like a little $99 or $199 course. The online press-on course that comes with this one is the online press-on boot camp, 12 modules. So if you took the first one way back when, yes, this is different. And these are the gels that come with your order. These are cat eye gels, boo. Oh, honey. This is the Lavender Fields cat eye gel palette. Now look, I'm doing something with my gel palettes that are a little bit unconventional. I don't like these plastic cases. I am using, let me show you. Miss Betty, y'all that know Miss Betty, she sent me this. It's a little tin box. I'm getting ready to put magnets on the bottom of mine and magnetize them all in these little boxes. Girl, yes, I'm gonna do it. Just because I kind of like to have everything in one spot. So there is that one. These are all shades of lavender, except this is kind of like a goldy lavender. Beautiful, beautiful, sparkly gel polishes. That's hard to open with. And they're all cat eye gels. Come with a little brush. Look here. Hi, Donna. Isn't that beautiful? You got the bundle? Yeah. Yes, they're cat eyes, and they're very affordable. Now, they're not HEMA-free. Obviously, HEMA-free product costs more, but they're budget-friendly. They store really well in a drawer. Like I said, you can pull it out of there if you want, and put it into something else if you would like to. Comes with a little tiny brush there. So, yes, this is the Lavender Fields cat eye in case you want to grab just the cat eye, but it comes free with the bundle tonight. That and the class is complimentary with our bundle. Any questions on that bundle? They are good for design, Sharon. Any questions on the bundle before I move on? All right, here's how we're going to get 2 weeks worth of wear out of our press-ons. Nearby, I have just a couple things to kind of help set me up for success here. I have a file, obviously, and I have a little buffer. These ones, I soaked about 30 minutes for them to come off like that.
We have a couple questions.
We have a couple questions, okay.
Is there a code?
Yes, there is a code. Your code is Press On Vault. Press On Vault. Just look at the title right up top of there where it says Press On Empire something Vault. Just leave out the hyphen. Press On Vault.
Carolyn says, how can I do the classes on my own time?
The classes are all online, Carolyn, so they're not live. They're all pre-recorded. You can watch whenever you want to, hon. Now I have my Orly pusher here. I'm just lightly gonna remove any of that glue or, residue that's kind of hanging out behind. You're very welcome. And that's a lifetime access course. Now, let me say something about our courses. They are licensed for one use. When you buy a course or when you, like this one, you're going to get this course for free. This is not for you and your whole salon to go watch free of charge. This is licensed for one person to watch. As a matter of fact, we have some brand new technology going into place for our classes in the background of our website that will only allow you to watch it from a couple of IP addresses because many of our classes are getting shared. And so, right now we have it set to a larger amount of IP addresses. But we're going to have to rein that in a little bit. So just beware. I'm not fussing by any means, but please beware that that is for one licensed usage of one person.
Somebody want to know what the price was with the kit, with the bundle.
The price was with the bundle. Thank you, April. I knew it was $3 something. I'm going to wet one of these little, this is from Sally Beauty. You can also get these at Premier Nail Source in like a whole lot. I'm going to put just a little acetone on there. It's like a little Brillo pad for your nails, honey. And we just want to remove the rest of that glue that's sitting on our nail. And go with all of these. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, it is. The class alone is worth the cost of everything. The class is really, really in-depth course. I love these little Brillo pads. Yes, I do, honey. Now, the dryness you're seeing on my nail is from the acetone. You want to get most of this product off your nail with the remover, with the acetone, and unfortunately that nail is going to be stained underneath there. I keep my nails very, very short just because of the work I do. Yep, Sharon says sell 10 sets press-ons and you've made your money back. Okay. Now, I don't like my natural nail sticking out from under a press-on nail. I'm going to trim my nails down a little bit. I trim mine every time I do my nails, actually. This one, I knew I had done a little damage on her. I have a side-by-side refrigerator, and sometimes I'll grab my freezer door while my refrigerator door is closing. Girl, she got that nail not once but twice this last week. I was like, Lord, I'm going to tear my whole nail off before I get to do my nails. All right, let's take this little pusher and let's push our cuticles back. I don't use any type of cuticle remover on my natural nail plate unless I'm just going to wear like nail polish, because anything can kind of prevent these nails from sticking and you don't want to add a lot on there. So I'm lucky I didn't do more damage than that, but she looks pretty okay. I'm not too put out with that. So you're going to start this almost like with a little natural nail manicure here. Now I'm going to switch out into my e-file. This is one of our most popular cuticle bits. It's this little ceramic cuticle bit right here. We sell this over in our store. I don't think we have very many in stock, actually, but we do have it. Keith will link that for you. And I always clean the cuticle off my nail plate with this, where I can kind of get up in there tight. When I'm using this, for my nails, I'm going to start it on about speed number, let's try 5. My cuticle is very, very sticky. Girl, sometimes you go halfway up my nail plate. So I may have to increase it from here. This is so handy dandy. Let's see how I can get her in the camera for you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to increase it. Let's go up to 7. Yeah, let's go to 7. Here we go. And as I am taking that little bit of cuticle off, I'm nudging that eponychium skin back. Just nudge it back, nudge it back. Super, super light pressure. But look what she's getting off my nails, honey. The puppies want their mommy. They do. They hear me talking. If they're bothering y'all, we can definitely move them. Now, as I am working on that cuticle, I take this this is so gentle, I take this right around my skin, and I get any little hard bits of skin off right around. Look here, look at that. And this is such a light pressure. I mean, that's all I do basically. And then I'll catch that little piece of skin that's hanging. I don't know if you can see it on that background right there with my nippers here in just a second. We're going to do this around all of them. This little bit is like my 9mm brush, girl. You're not getting this away from me. And this is such light pressure. Very, very light pressure. Now I do my skin. You notice I only use that right back there. Here. Right over here. I have a little hangnail that is just stays right in that one area. Girl, stop. All right, here we go. You see, this will keep that nail from, prevent that nail from sticking, and then you'll have premature lifting. That little bit of green there, little bit of green there. I think that's up under my nail, actually. And we go with this one. Little short strokes. And that green is definitely up under my nail. Get that skin. You know how you get those little hard corners of skin on there? I hate that. Okay, and that's our prep work. I'm gonna grab this little lady. I personally do not trim all of my cuticle off. I never have. I only catch the dead dry pieces. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my little buffer and do a really light buff. Do not aggressively buff these nails. You'll thin your nail plate out like really, really bad if you do. I get those sharp corners. That's it. That's all the prep work you're gonna do to put your press on. Now here, it got a little something hanging there. Let me grab that. Just a little piece of glue. Be gentle with the broken wing one here, girl. Let's trim her just a little bit more. These gold nippers I'm using are super sharp. They're in our toolkit. That's, oh girl, she's fabulous. You want a good pair of nippers? That's good nippers. And just this is a 180 grit buffer that I'm using. This is not like prepping for a gel service. This is for a glue-on press-on nail. This is not Gel X. This is nails we're gonna glue on. Everybody with me on that. Now, I got my little paper towel. I have 91% alcohol here. And I want to get that acetone residue off. Once I put my other nail on, I'll go back underneath here and clean out that green. But I want a little stability on there first. Okay, boo. She's prepped. I'm probably going to have to use my e-file underneath there. Now, I have 2 bottles of No Buff. One is for natural nail, and one is for my press-on nails. This one is my natural nail prep. So I'm going to go ahead and prep these nails with 1 coat of No Buff. No Buff goes inactive after 15 minutes. If you work slow, you only prep a nail or 2 at a time. All right, so I'm just going to prep my thumbnail for now. Thumbnail size I wear is a 2. So we're just going to check that and make sure, yes. But look at my thumbnail. She grows really square, and that is rounded. So I have to file this to make it square to fit right there. That's where your nail file comes in. So just go square off the bottom here. Little bit of prep work that you have to do on your press-ons to get them to stay on 2 weeks and to get them to look nice. Girl, I can spot a press-on nail from a mile away that is applied straight from the box. All right, now let's see if that's going to fit my nail plate. Oh, yes, look at that perfect fit. Girl, quit. All right, next thing we're going to do is we are going to file all around this cuticle area so that we thin out this nail. I'm going to put a cat eye gel polish over top of this. And even if I weren't, I would still want to file this area so it sits nice and thin and flush with my natural nail. When you think you're about to break through that nail, you've filed it enough. What are the clues? Well, number one is they're very bulky at the back right here. Nobody files a press-on nail, girl. They take it out and glue it on. Second clue, especially the French manicure press-ons, is they don't get their glue even and that glue bubbles underneath the nail and you can see those bubbles. Oh, yes, you can. And the third clue is they got them on crooked. Or if they have a square thumbnail like mine, they never taper it. They just glue it on like it comes from the box. All right, you see how thin I've got her? I don't know if you can see that or not, girl. Let's look at her from the side. Look at there. Oh, honey. All right, so now the top of that nail is ready. And I should have primed my nail before I filed all this. So I'll redo that because I'm getting dust all in it. Now I'm going to turn her over. You can use this little lady. She works fine up in there. But I'm going to use my little itty bitty sanding band, my little mandrel. I know this is a lot for a press-on nail, but you guys want to know how to keep them on for a couple weeks, right? So now turn that E-file down on low and just go up underneath there where that's going to sit on your nail and take off the shine. It's a quick and easy process. That's it. That's all. Now I'm going to put her on a little nail stand here, and I'm going to grab my no buff that I'm using on the press-ons, girl, and look, I'm going to massage her all into that pre-etched area. Why would I etch it and then use no buff? Trust me on this. It really helps the adhesion process. Could I use it instead? You could, but you still won't wear it 2 weeks. You still won't wear it 2 weeks. If you want 2-week wear, you got to do both. Is all this information in the class in the bundle? Nope. The class in the bundle is design work, love, and business information. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to reprime that. A couple kinds of glue that I use for me. I do not send this with press-ons when I am designing press-ons. That's all in the class as well as what I send with that. Glue is a personal preference kind of thing. For me, if I'm going to wear for 2 weeks, I am going to use this one. I love this one. This is what I had on, or this is what I have on with this. Okay. I don't share that, Mindy, because that's all in the course, love. That's all in the class. Okay, this is how I put mine on. If you're going to wear a longer length nail, like an almond shape, a coffin, something like that, then you're going to want a sturdier glue than this one. Y'all know Dashing Diva Fast Bond is one of my favorite glues. This is the dupe for it. It's the same ingredients in here. We've talked about this several times online, that this is the dupe for that glue. This said Dollar Tree, not Dollar Tree, honey. So if I'm wearing almond or something longer, I'm going to grab this one, okay? But for tonight, we're going to put this one on. And now that no buff has dried, I take a little bit of the glue and pop here. And then I put a little bit on my nail also. And now we've really thinned out that press-on where she's going to sit on my nail. Okay, so line her up, hold at about a 45-degree angle, kind of get her in place. And then this is where you got to have something to do while you hold. You want to press that and hold it, gosh, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds. I have heard of that one, Michelle. I don't like that one. Once I've used it a couple of times, you can't get the top off of it, and it burns my eyes really bad. But now I'm sensitive to things like that. So yeah, but try it. You may like it. So I'm just sitting here holding. And I'm putting lots of pressure. You can see how white my fingers are, honey. Hold. Oh, I'm not hating that shape on myself. I'm not hating it at all, girl. And now look at there. Look on the side how flat I've got that. Oh. Just make sure I got it glued all the way to the end. I do. And now we're going to repeat that process. I have tiny nails. It's the only thing tiny about me, girl. I wish my hips was the size of my nails, honey. My pointer finger is a size 8. You gotta find her. Right there she is. Let's see. These round ones seem like they're a little bit tinier. So let's go. Let's size up on those ones. Let's go up to a 7. I think a 7 fits me better. Yeah. So here we go, Gigio. This is easy to prep your nails while you're sitting and watching TV, or, you know, you can do this at a little TV tray station kind of sort of thing. Think your pinky is an 8? Sometimes I can wear a 3 on my thumb. It just depends. Most of the time it's a 2. All right, let's go ahead and file all of these. What was that one? Girl, what number is you? Let me see here. Okay, so there's my next one. 7, this is a 6. And usually my ring finger is a 7 also. It's the same size as my pointer. File. What do you do for nails that slant down? Nails? Well, you saw I cut all of my natural nail off. You don't want, you really don't want any free edge, because you won't get a good bond. Is that what you're talking about? If that's the case, if you've removed your free edge and it's still like that, then you have a really high apex to your own natural nail, which makes it super hard to wear a press-on. Yeah. How many of each number? Well, there are 24 nails in each little cell. So there's 12 sizes and you get 2 of each number. Typically though, when, I'm using all one color tonight, but if I'm designing a set with these, I might have some purple, some white, some black. So it just depends. Each one are different. Yes, you're going to get like, like this box is all short squoval. You're going to get 6 different boxes, and one might be squoval, one might be almond, one might be coffin, one might be, yeah. So we get a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. Okay, and Pinky. Oh, Pinky, I haven't unwrapped yet. We'll go back to Pinky in a second. Okay. And we're just going to go underneath. And underneath. If you have a high apex, go with the clear nails, Lynn. Our clear nails have a very high apex in those. Could you fill in with rubber base? Well, you can't use any rubber base on a colored nail. Rubber base will not cure through a colored nail. Remember that, y'all. You cannot attach these colored ones unless they're see-through and the light can penetrate it. You will set yourself up for an allergy if so. Your nails also have high apex, Megan. So the gel I recommend for high apex, let me show you real quick. You should only attach high apex nails with this Restore Repair. This is twice as thick as any of our other rubber bases, and it helps fill in that space that you have when you have those really high apex nails. So Lynn, this is your gel right here. Okay. All right, let's get going. All right, a little primer. And because I've already pre-filed those, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on all of them. And now, a little bit of glue. The press-on nail class is how to set up your press-on nail business, how to design. It's all kinds of design techniques in there. I believe I have instructions. I don't know. Let me look here in a second and I'll tell you. I'll revisit that thought in just a minute. Let me get this on so I don't lose my train of thought.
Which primer are you using?
I am using No Buff, but a different No Buff than what I have used on my nails, on my press-on nails. I call it primer. Okay, now press, 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 and hold. No Buff is a kind of primer. And hold, 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 hold. You gotta hold for 20, 30 seconds, honey. Yes, Lord. It's a different bottle. It's the same one. I just used 2 different bottles. Remember, The one you're using on your nails is picking up that plastic residue and going back into that bottle. So you don't want to use that one on your natural nail. Yeah. And just make sure here. Okay, Press On Nail Boot Camp. Keith, will you link that up at the top? This is the course that we're giving complimentary with the bundle tonight. And it has 12 modules in it. First of all, I'll give you a tour of my home studio. One of my home studios. How to use, there are document downloads included with this and how to use those. Application and removal packet, what supplies you need for that, how to put that together, setting up your nail stands, prepping your nail tips, designing your sets, your designer set, solid nails, metallic set, 3Ds, the nail extras, photographing your set, and final packaging. Okay, the downloadable files you get is the instruction and supply list for getting started for yourself, suggested price lists, a printable instruction for yourself, printable care cards for your clients, and printable labels for your press-ons. Okay, I'll go over the packaging and everything in there. That's what's included in that press-on nail boot camp right there that you get complimentary with this one. You gave up, Sharon? Don't give up. Don't give up. You know, one of the challenges that we face doing press-ons is a lot of people sell press-ons for $25 a set. But we have to ask ourselves, okay, do we always want to sell press-ons for $25 a set? I don't. My press-ons start at $89 a set. And I can't sell press-ons anymore because I have too much business, okay? There will always be people that will want $25 sets of nails. It doesn't matter if it's a press-on nail or if it is a nail salon nail. So that's one of the challenges I see. But how can we fix that? We can offer some budget-friendly items. If you're going to offer $89 only set of nails, you have to have that reputation built first. While you are building the reputation, why not put some budget-friendly sets together? They could be a BOGO, a buy one, get one, and have just a certain category. If they buy one set, they get one set free, but you have to choose them from this category, okay? I also feel like going into 2026, we should probably have a budget set, then some sort of like a designer set maybe, and then something like the Queen's Court set or the Platinum set. So therefore you're offering nails on 3 different tiers, and each tier the price is a little bit higher on. So you may get that person that wants that diamond level of nail every single time. They would never buy a budget nail from you. But then you may have repeat customers. All they buy are budget friendly nails. But girl, when it comes to their wedding and they want a set of press-ons, guess who they're going to come to? So then, therefore, they will spend more on their wedding nails than they would on their everyday budget-friendly nails. So I kind of feel like press-on artists, if you will, that we're going to have to make a little bit of changes in how we do business because there are so many people offering those $25 sets. And guess what, y'all? Those $25 sets are usually not handmade. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them are being ordered overseas and designed like that. So all they got to do is put it on their website. Yes, girl, and they're selling them straight out the package. It's like visiting a corner salon versus having a private nail tech. It's hard to compare the two. Y'all following me? Yes, TikTok, I agree, April. The price you're seeing them for there, and most of those are coming in pre-made like that. And they only come with certain sizes. You're right, Megan. You are right. Now, I got a little bit of glue that seeped out there. I'm going to grab my cotton pad here. Whatever I did with her. Where'd she go? Right here. Let me just grab this. And I'm going to have a little alcohol before that dries anymore and just catch that with my alcohol. There we go. And go back to pressing, honey. You know, there will be a knockoff of everything as long as we live. But you have to think of where you would buy your nails. Look at these, how pretty these are fitting, y'all. Look. And how you would want your nail design. Now, I've got a little bit of my natural nail showing right there. I'm going to catch that with a file. Let's get this off. And let's wiggle Pinky here. Look at there. She gone, boo. She gone. And just lightly scrape off the rest of that glue that's on there. I got a little bit of furniture paint. Yes, Lord, I paint furniture too. Around my cuticle there that's black. I've been wearing it for a few days now. I'm surprised one of y'all hadn't noticed it in our personal Picasso sale. Lord, which ends at midnight tonight, y'all. If you spent $2, thank you. It means the world to us because it's how our staff, it's how we keep our staff, it's how we keep our everything. It's our job, you know, it's our livelihood. And so we want to say a giant thank you. Stacy, if you get the bundle and get your course and there's something you don't understand, all you have to do is reach out to our message box here on this page. And, you know, it might not be a 5-minute later response because it depends on if I'm recording or whatever, you know, whatever's going on. But I do answer all of the messages and I will get back with you. Plus, there are some people in our comments that have already taken the course and maybe they can enlighten you on if they enjoyed it or not and if it's helped them to build their business. Everybody's got to start somewhere, honey. Everybody got to start somewhere. And before we start hitting on people, you know, criticizing and putting them down, have you done anything to help them? Have you done anything to help them build up their craft? I have, I've done this a long time. And look, prior to the Rona honey coming and getting us, a nail tech could not have done a set of press-on nails to save our life. If I would have done this video prior to COVID, I would have been kicked out of the nail industry. But luckily, COVID changed all of that, and I'm glad that it did change it because that doesn't make us any less of an artist because we use a press-on nail. What it does, it actually makes us more of an artist because I have to really... I got to put some work into making these look like they are sculpted nails, don't I? My little broken pinky. God love it. Okay. Look how healthy my natural nail is under there. Don't forget, if you're soaking off your own nails, you need this. This is a revitalizing double essence cuticle oil. Double essence means it contains more than one oil in this bottle. Now she ready, child. Now she ready. Wait, I gotta find my size. And Stacy, all of us are here to help you too, boo. If you have questions, we're here to help you. My nails grow really, really square. So if I'm gonna wear a round nail, I gotta take those little points off the side. All right, let's prep this little baby nail. We have a fabulous tribe of artists that watch every week. I know, I'll give you an example. If Janice Mann is not here, for a live, I'm going to be messaging her the next day saying, girl, are you all right? You're not sick, are you? I didn't see you on the live. Unless she mentions she's going to be on vacation, I already know that would be somebody I would check up on if she doesn't show up on a live. Right? And this bundle has such a good foundation of product in it. If you're trying to build your press-on nail business, you got something to start with, you know. And these little ladies, it really cuts their time down to use these colored press-ons. I love this purple, honey. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with it. Now, I'm not going to put my sanding band back on there. My pinky nail's so tiny, even that little mini sanding band is wider than this. So I'm just going to go right with this little cuticle bit and rough her up. There we go. Is that because you're old? I don't understand. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. All right. A little bit of no buff. When no buff dries, it dries very, very sticky. Like a double-sided sticky tape. Oh, no. No, I wasn't meaning that. I'm meaning she's so faithful. She's here for every live. If I didn't see her, I would know something was up. Girl, you can't say the O word. You can't say that. Because I'm right there with you. All right, little bit of glue inside. We're only as old as we feel, right? I'm still a young whippersnapper. And a little bit on my nail. And now I'm going to stick them together. I'm proud of you too, Sharon. You doing so good, boo. You've had so many challenges, and you doing so good. You just got the bundle, Trisha? So you can move into the press-on world. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Look, if you're new to doing press-ons, you can't start your press-ons at $99 a set because they'll go to Ulta and buy a $14 set. Kind of cutesy, you know. But you can certainly build up to that. The most I've ever gotten for a set of press-ons is $495 for one set. And if I can do it, girl, you can do it too, honey. Perfect timing for the bundle. Good, good. All right, look here. Oh, my goodness. Now, these are a little bit too round for me, so let me get my nail file. I'm just going to take this round. I got to take that little point off anyway, right there, right? So I'm going to not really square mine off. I'm just going to kind of do that sort of thing. Yeah, that's more me. That's more me. And then take this one down a little bit. Same thing here. Just barely taking that tip off. And be careful now, because this one we just glued on. You don't want to put too much stress on her. All right, take your buffer. These colored press-ons, even though they're matte, they are slippery. I recommend, not on your clear ones. Your clear ones are fine with no buff. But on your colored ones, I'm going to take that shine off of there just even a little bit more. Right here before I no buff them. Because I don't want my rubber base to peel off of these things. Oh, I'm so glad, Sharon. You've told me that before, that this is the only way you're getting your education right now is online. We all go through hard periods of our lives. And if we live long enough, all of us will go through different seasons of our career. And it's important that y'all young'uns, listen to me now. Listen to me. I'm gonna preach at you for a little bit. That you get yourself set up for multiple stages of your business, whether it be press-on, whether it be educator. Look, see my natural nail right there? I'm going to grab that real quick. Maybe you want to teach. Maybe you want something so flexible that you don't have to see a human client. The beauty with press-ons is, child, you can do this at midnight in your pajamas. You know, you don't have to show up for anybody. You don't have to put your makeup on. You don't have to get dressed. You can put a nice, relaxing movie on. If you experience any type of anxiety whatsoever, this can be very therapeutic just to sit down and design. What's not therapeutic is when you've spent 8 hours on a set of press-ons. And that's what the press-on class does, is it teaches you how to work efficiently and not spend 8 hours on a set of press-ons. Because, girl, look, you're not going to make no money on an 8-hour set of press-ons, are you? I'm catching a little bit of glue that spilled over on that one.
Well, you said, can you use the no buff to do what you're doing?
Well, I'm getting ready to use the no buff. On these colored ones, I'm recommending that you buff it a little bit and put some no buff on. They're very slippery. And see, these ones are not gel. The colored ones have no soft gel in it whatsoever. The colored ones are all a plastic nail tip. So now that we've buffed that, now I'm going to take no buff and I'm really going to massage that in. Really massage it in. It's going to get real tacky on you. But I want you to look how flat I've got that at my cuticle area. The key, if you're going to wear press-ons yourself, especially if you're a nail tech, they got to look like a sculpted nail. They cannot look like a press-on nail. That destroys the confidence in your clientele. And that's what I'm teaching you tonight, is how to make these look fully sculpted like gel polish. Girl, quit. Look here. Honey. You can just butter my butt and call me a biscuit now, because these things look good. Keith cracks you up. I had to brag on him. He's really helped me. Y'all, I got my wallpaper finished in my bathroom today. Child, I don't want to do that again for a while. My studio that I'm running out of tonight, it was so easy to put this wallpaper in here. And it's because it was a new build out. Girl, I wallpapered a bathroom around, and we had to have new lights and everything hung up there. So here I'm trying to cut wallpaper around lights. And look, I'm going to get my press-on gel here, and I'm going to put that on as my base coat. Then I got over in where the shower was at. And because the ceilings is so freaking tall, my ladder wasn't tall enough. Then Keith goes and gets me a 10-foot ladder. And then I can't get the ladder in the shower stall. Girl, when he went and did all my grocery shopping and everything today for me, when he got back, I had carried some furniture upstairs, a table and something. Oh, a stool. I'm like, you got to help me, because I've put this in the shower and I got to climb this little tower to reach the top of the wallpaper around this shower, because the ladder would not fit in the shower stall. It was like these cartoons you see, Tom and Jerry, and they stacking all this furniture on top of each other, and they go balance themselves to hang that wallpaper. Girl, quit it. So I'm glad to be done. I didn't get my bathroom done, but I got all the wallpapering done. It looks so pretty. Maybe next week I'll let y'all have a peek. Now what I'm doing is I am putting this press-on gel on, and I'm just letting her level out there. This is my base coat. I don't cap an edge on a press-on nail, or else I'm going to get a big bolus of product there. What I do, look here. I go about 3/4 of the way back. Don't set your brush down at the cuticle. This thin cuticle will get nice and thick on you. As I pull this way, I'm flicking down with that brush. So it's automatically capping the free edge of my nail. And I'm just dry brushing this product on. I am not putting a lot of product on there at all. Always, always, always. Even if you're only going to top coat, you've got to put a base coat on. And I love this press-on gel for base coating. It's thin. It goes on really well. Look here, honey. I got an air bubble right there. I can tell. This product does not come with the kit. No. You can use a regular gel base coat if you want to, but you'll want to test it first to make sure it sticks to the nail. Press-on gel is formulated for plastic nail tips and soft gel as well. Soft gel nail tips have some percentage of plastic in them, but they also have a percentage of gel as well. We've used this all week as our base coat in our personal Picasso classes. This is a good gel. It go a long way too. Look, we've already done the math. You can get 85 manicures out of this press-on gel. If you're polishing thin like I'm polishing. If you're using it like a builder gel, you're going to get half of that. And that's an average length nail. You know, you're going to do long nails, you're going to do short nails. So it's all going to even out in the wash. But you really, really want to apply that gel super thin and kind of flick down off of that free edge. Now we just go let her level. Look how pretty. Girl, stop. Make sure you don't have it on your skin nowhere. And she is going to get a 30 to a 60-second cure. How do you know how long to cure it? You go test it in your lamp, see if she's done, okay? If you're using a little tiny travel lamp, it will not cure a press-on gel. So it will cure it, but it will prematurely lift. So please don't use a travel lamp. Use a full-size lamp for that. Yes, now in the kit, Stacy, you get a clear rubber base. This clear HEMA-free rubber base, and you also get the clear refill. You can use this as your base coat if you would like. It is a 60-second cure, Bryn. So yes, you are fine to use this as your base coat. It's just not press-on gel, but it's a rubber base and it sticks really well. Over top of my purple nail. Girl, quit. I'm going to use Twilight Delight. This is a cat eye. Shocking, right? Just shocking. Lord, if I can get her open. Here we go. Right into the tacky layer. Make sure I'm in frame here. Now look, notice I didn't go all the way to the back of that nail with that little bolus of product. Don't you drop that all back there. You edge up to it. Sneak up to it. And I'm only going to do one coat. Let her level. And then your magnet of choice, you use whatever. I need a black background here. So she shows off. Look at there. Oh, yes, honey. And in the light we go. You're seeing a couple of wiggly light lines there because my my studio lights here are not straight. Trisha's been in my studio here. They kind of go this way and then they arch up and then they go this way. And I have two of those, is why those lines look a little wiggly. Now I just froze that for about 5 seconds and I'm gonna make my way right on around here. About halfway back. This is my favorite cat eye series that we've ever put out. This is from the Christmas Vacation series. And this purple is so pretty, honey. She's so beautiful. Okay, 30-pound magnet, 30-pound magnet. You make her mind you, honey. Make her go whichever way you want it to go. Oh, yes. In we go. I'm going to freeze for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way my metallic particles are not moving on me. About halfway back. Are y'all understanding why I'm not dropping all of that polish back here that we worked so hard to thin that nail out for? Right? Because that's how we were taught to polish. Polish, not gel polish. Polish is in regular lacquer, regular nail polish. That rule does not apply for gel. Oh, girl. This has a rose gold cat eye to it. Freeze. You need a cat eye magnet design class. You know, it depends greatly on the type of cat eye. This is a crystal cat eye. There's 2 kinds of cat eye gel polish, crystal cat eye and velvet cat eye. And they're 2 animals of a different nature. One should be called a dog eye, one should be called a cat eye, because while they both pull magnetic particles, they're completely different. Just completely different. So therefore, you got to magnetize them different. And sometimes when you get a cat eye, if your manufacturer hasn't told you, if they don't have the customer service that Miss Tracy's got, honey, you wouldn't know if it's a crystal cat eye or not, would you? No, child. Freeze. You know what? I like both, April. I like both. Alrighty. No one matches my customer service. Girl, that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. Oh, honey. And in. Now we got to cure that 30 seconds to make sure everything is nicely done. Thank you, Tammy. I love cat eye too. But this is what we're going to do to it. Girl, shut the front door. Y'all knew I couldn't just stop with cat eye, right? Lord, it'll be 10 years before I have time to change the other hand now. We're going to go with a little outshine. Outshine is what holds our chrome. And when I say little, I mean little. Every layer that you put onto your press-on has to be paper thin. I want you to look at that cuticle area. Again, even after we've applied a base coat and a cat eye gel, she's still staying really nice and thin. So same thing with your outshine. Start halfway. Halfway, halfway, halfway. And now you can make your way back towards that cuticle area. Nice long strokes. Nice long strokes actually even your chrome out. So it's really, really, really pretty. Chrome will show a multitude of sins, honey. Wait, I gotta take my glasses off to see if I got that. Oh, I touched my skin a little bit. Let me fix that, boo. Or else I'm gonna be chroming my skin. Hold up. Get my cleanup brush. And I'm gonna go right here. Oh, yes. That looks good. I'm gonna freeze that just like 2 seconds. 1, 2. That way it won't move. Okay, now we're gonna go on. Again, halfway back. And now you can edge your way all the way back on that little nail. And I have an air bubble in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's jumping around where these little lights are, and I'm gonna push just a little bit of that outshine to see if it will even out my air bubble. I'm gonna see if she'll do it, honey. Oh, I believe she did. I believe she did. Okay, let me freeze. Yep. I think it's gonna do it. If not, I'll go back and buff it a little. I'm picky, so I don't want that air bubble to show up under my chrome. So you see, this is not about just gluing your nail on. You gotta give these a little bit of love, right? Let that even out. If you want it to go towards the back of your nail. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. I'm gonna freeze that. And keep going here. Very, very thin. This is not a floaty layer. Super thin. And I got a little glue stuck on my skin right there still. I gotta fix that. When that happens, wait till you're done with your mani and drop you some of this cuticle oil on it, and it will release it immediately. My air bubble was actually from my gel polish. My cat eye got an air bubble in it. Sometimes it happens. I mean, even the best of us. That's when you paint something over top it, right? I'm gonna put a little scroll work right there. Let me scroll up your nails. And look, what we still want to remember is we are human. We are not a machine. Even though we're putting press-ons on, we're still human. So if you have a little area on a press-on that you can't get worked out, don't sweat it. Grab your file or your buffer and just buff that little area down and go right back over then. Fuzzies, yeah. Glitter covers a multitude of sins. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What the bad thing is as a professional, if you leave that. If you leave that and you say, oh, that looks okay. Well, does it look okay? If it could look better, take time and make it look better. How long do I cure this? I cure mine for 60 seconds to get the ultimate shine on my chrome, honey. Ultimate shine. 8 seconds left. Give me just a second. I know I've gone over tonight. I knew I was going to. We couldn't help it. Now, before I put that chrome on, I got to unstick this nail and get my file up under the edge of there just a little bit, because that drives me crazy. Okay. All right, chrome I'm going to use is Deck Your Claws. These are pricey Omni chromes. I'm not going to use no more than I have to, honey. We'll put on my little sponge. And right in I go. Girl! And really burnish that chrome in. Here we go. Deck Your Claws. That's the one with the air bubble, and I think she's gonna be all right. I don't see it. Oh, she's screaming. She says, take me home. Take me home with you. Take me home with you. Okay, that's all we used. Look, I could have used just out of the lid of there. We use too much of our expensive product. Most people would have grabbed a loose brush and they would have dipped in there and they would have put that all over and then they would have dusted it off. And look, it took very, very little. Okay. Now what I like to do is just take a little dry wipey here and just lightly dry wipe it. And here's where metallic glaze is your savior. Metallic glaze. Oh, girl, what have I got on my nail? Hold on. You don't know. It looks like I hit that on something when I went in. Y'all see that little spot? Oh, it's some sticky on there. No, we can't have that. There we go. Might have been on my paper towel. Metallic glaze seals your chrome. It acts like a double-sided sticky tape here now. Listen, metallic glaze is not a top coat. We get that question all the time. Miss Tracy, is that a top coat? No, honey. You still got the top coat on top of it. But if you want that top coat to stick on, you got to put your metallic glaze on. That's why it's very, very important that we filed that cuticle thin, is because I knew I had all these layers to go on here, right? Metallic glaze is applied the very same way, about halfway back. Flick that brush so she goes right down over the edge of that nail. And now you can move towards the back, because if your chrome is going to come off, where's she going to come off at? Where is she going to peel from? The free edge. She will pull from the free edge. Lord, I've touched myself again on my side of my thumb. It's because I'm trying to look through this camera lens, y'all. Make sure I got my sidewalls done here. Hey, that's not bad for looking through a camera lens. All right, and now you're going to let her level out. Just give her a second to kind of mold and gel with your body heat. This is exquisite color. This color. And I'm going to freeze that real fast. When you use Outshine Before Chrome, it depends on which chrome you're using. I know because Okay, so if I had cured it 30 seconds before I put this one on, Deborah, this would have had more white look to it than more transparent. The longer you cure your outshine, the less chrome that'll stick on it. So I wanted my cat eye to show through there, is why I cured mine for 60 seconds. Yeah. I typically do 60 seconds on all of my whitish chromes. But technically you can cure it 30 seconds and then go ahead and chrome it. Girl, I want this purple to show through. Metallic glaze. And we're going to top coat this and be done. Have you learned anything new tonight? Has this helped anybody to be able to apply a press-on nail to yourself? Yes? And now look, y'all, all products are not equal. So don't go get you a cheap so-and-so. Oh, I'm going to use that. Miss Tracy said seal that. Now I'm going to use that. I don't know of any other product like metallic glaze on the market. Oh, I see an air bubble. There we go. I would not do a chrome or a foil nail without it. It's like that holy grail to stick. It's a shiny surface sealant. It sticks to really slick nails. And look, if you're a lifter and you wear gel nails, use metallic glaze for your base coat. Girl. That'll help hold it on real well for you. Ooh, this color combo is beautiful.
Kimberly says what about metallic glaze, I guess?
Yes, you can use metallic glaze as your base coat if you're an extreme lifter. The viscosity is just beautiful. It's a thinner viscosity. If you want a little oomph to that, Kimberly, I would put on one coat and cure it and come back and put a second coat on and cure it if you're wanting to build some structure with it. Yes, ma'am, you sure can. Look, you can't sleep on Miss Tracy now. So I notice when people are not watching, there's nothing you don't have to watch every week. That's not it. I notice when you're not here because I get used to seeing your name pop up. I get used to you visiting with me on Sundays and Wednesdays. You can't sleep on Miss Tracy or else you miss out. Right? That's a 411? It is. On the natural nail, I'm not following that comment. You'll have to explain. Yes, metallic glaze can go on natural nails. It sure can. Girl, don't I know it, Deborah? Honey? All right, I'm just curing my hand in the light over here. Then I'm going to put a top coat on. You get a HEMA-free matte top coat and a HEMA-free shiny top coat with your bundle tonight. Our wet look top coat is our #1 selling top coat. It's our #1 selling product. We cannot run out of wet look top coat. If we do, something has prevented our order from getting here, obviously. Held up in the shipping or something, honey. This is my favorite top coat. I will not wear anything else. Even if I put something else on, I'm going to put this over top it. I got to turn my thumb around so I can see it. And now get that top coat on. Let her level out. Just give her a moment. Okay, I'm so glad this did this. You see I'm getting a little bit of pitting right there. That's because metallic glaze has such a tacky layer to it. So here is the way to fix that. Metallic glaze has That sticky layer is sticky, honey. We take a little alcohol, we spray it on our wipey. I'm just gonna wipe that off of there. Let me get a little bit more alcohol. This is 91% alcohol, and we wipe the tacky layer of metallic glaze away before we top coat it. That's it. That's all you do. I know, Cindy, I could. I could. And you've been with me from the very beginning, hadn't you? From the very beginning. There we go. And now just let that level ever so slightly. Let that body heat do its job. I know these lights are dancing around just every which way. This is the last night of our personal Picasso sale as well. That sale, it ends at 11:59 p.m. tonight. Have y'all enjoyed Personal Picasso Week? Some of y'all have been with me every night since last Sunday night. Raise your hand if you hadn't missed a night. Let me see it. Look at these hands, Keith. Look at that. Like, I want to give y'all a hug. Seriously. That's fantastic, y'all. Pat yourself on the back, honey. Y'all need a certificate for completing all 8 nights of classes. Tonight's the eighth night. Ooh, maybe we could talk to Hillary about that.
Somebody asked what the Picasso code was.
Picasso. The coupon code is Picasso. The coupon code for the big press on nail bundle is press on vault. Press on vault. I'm just really taking care, making sure I get all of that top coat. Oh, honey, this color. You know, I don't wear a whole lot of artwork on my nails anymore because whenever I go someplace, they're like, oh, girl, you got to tell us who does your nails. And I'm like, I don't want to lie to them, and I don't want to tell them I do it and then have to explain I do nails, but I don't do nails. Girl, no. Okay, now we're going to cure. 60 seconds. Aw, thank you, Rhonda. Yes, you remember when I had my Volkswagen Ladybugs? Yes, honey. Yes, I will go over what comes in the bundle again. I only got one hand here, so I can't get to everything. Hold on, I gotta pull up on there are only 6 bundles remaining. You're gonna get 6 cases of colored nails. Each one will be a different shape, and each one has different colors in it. Okay, that's over 3,400 pieces of colored nails. You're gonna get 2 cases of clear soft gel nails with about 2,400 pieces of those. You get, let's see, where's my bottle? I'm trying to, you get 1 no buff. You get a HEMA-free clear rubber base in this beautiful pink bottle. You also get a refill size of rubber base. You can get about 5-ish bottles out of this. You get a HEMA-free wet look top coat, a HEMA-free matte top coat. You're going to get one of those ceramic bits that I originally removed my nail with. You're going to get that. You're going to get the 6 cat eye gel palette in Lavender Fields. And then you get the whole Press On Nail Boot Camp. That one right there, that's $595. You get that with the bundle. And Keith will put that bundle back up real quick here for us. All right, now you're going to finish your press-ons with some high-quality cuticle oil. Couple things you want to avoid with your press-on nails. Can I give y'all that real quick? Can I tell you about that? Blue Dawn dish detergent. Blue Dawn will not only lift a press-on nail, it breaks the glue down real quick that you've put it on with. It will lift a gel nail. Blue Dawn. It pulls all of the oil and moisture out of your nails so that nail leaves you prematurely. Sunscreen. The active ingredient in sunscreen it would be proven to break down a stomach lining even. Obviously, it would be detrimental to our health if we ate that. But sunscreen, usually if we're rubbing sunscreen on, it's going to gather where? It's going to gather right in these areas and will completely lift our nail off in one giant piece. Coconut oil. I know some of y'all love coconut oil for your moisturizer, but coconut oil on its own will take off a press-on nail in about 40 minutes. So I want you to avoid those things if you are wearing press-ons. Now look, I don't have time to fix a nail every day or two. Here is the grow out. Here's the grow out of my press-ons, honey. On these ones, not a single one lifted because I applied them just like I put these on. Just like I showed you how to do those. Isn't that a beautiful color combo? No, only the Blue Dawn. I recommend Pink Dawn for any type of nail wearer, whether it's a press-on or whether it's a gel wearer. The Pink Dawn has the extra conditioners in it. All right. Questions on doing press-ons on yourself. I still feel a little glue on the side of her. Or wear gloves. Yeah, definitely wear gloves.
She's having a hard time with the code.
Which code? Picasso. It's working because people are using it. Hold on and let me. Are you putting 2 S's in? Now, Personal Picasso is just the Personal Picasso sale. It's not for this bundle up here. If you're trying to check out with that bundle, you've got to have a different code. And that code is Press On Vault. Press On Vault. Press On Vault. Vicki, what you can try and do if you're on the app, let me show you. Let's see here. So if you're in the app like this, just slide up. There's our code. It is active. Hold on, let's go back over here to the app. Just slide up, close that out, and go back into your app, and that will reset your screen there and go back and put your code in again. Yeah, Picasso, Picasso. Try it again, Deborah. Sometimes you have to close out that screen, and it's because it gets stuck in that loop in there. It already thinks you are in your shopping cart trying to check out. So swipe up and go back in. I guarantee you that'll work for you. Any other questions? Y'all excited about getting your big bundle? Those will start shipping tomorrow. We'll see you Wednesday night. Thank y'all for spending the week with me. I greatly appreciate it. I just can't say how much. This has been really good for me because when you come out from behind the chair or come out from doing nails and you go into mostly, if you go in on the production side like I am, I do a lot of admin work. There are weeks I hardly touch any nails. So this has been great for my creative brain this week because I've got to sit down and actually play with some product and stuff like that. So thank y'all. And I will see you Wednesday, okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.